How are you now? James Whelan, occasional talking head for smallcaps.com.au. And I'm joined here with Patrick Volpe from Verity Resources ASX code VRL. Pat.
Okay.
Mate, we are at the tail end of IMARC, a 3-day conference. It's been a sensational time. You've got a little bit of news coming out. Great. Welcome to Small Caps.
Thank you. Thanks
Great.
for having me.
First off, how have you found the conference?
It's been good. It's been a lot better than expected. Very busy. Gold is certainly the flavour, despite what's been happening this week. Critical metals in general as well. It's had a lot of business and a lot of popularity. So we're in a good position.
No doubt at all. Now, for those that are new to Verity Resources, can you give us a broad overview of the company, a brief overview of the company?
Yeah, so we're pretty fortunate, or I guess fortunate's not a good word because we spent about 18 months working hard on building a portfolio of critical metals. We've got 154,000 ounce gold deposit in Western Australia, in Wellington district. Strong copper silver portfolio in Botswana, and also rare earths in Brazil. So
Australia, Brazil, Botswana. Let's start with the big news. You just reported another round of strong results from your phase 1 resource upgrade of drilling at the Monument gold project in the Laverton goldfields. Can you walk us through the key takeaways from that, the batch of assays, and what they mean for the project overall?
Yeah, so we've just completed 3,500 meters of phase 1 drilling out of 10,000. The results to date have been exceptional. They've beaten our expectations. The grade is higher than on average than we expected. Intercepts up to 38 grams, 15 grams, 11. So it's really outperforming what we expected. And yeah, what it's telling us is that the resource, it's currently inferred that the infield drilling we're doing is really confirming that deposit as something we can take to the next level.
Now, there was mentions of at 7.7 meters at 6.37, and I think that there's a decimal missing in this, surely. 1 metre at 38 grams per tonne?
Yeah, that certainly surprised us as well. But
there's no decimals missing in that?
No, that's correct. With 38 in a metre.
Okay.
But still, that average across 7 metres is quite exceptional for us.
So this validates your geological modelling?
Exactly right. It's validating what we've set out to achieve in terms of infield drilling and upgrading the resource. It's telling us that we've got a nicely behaved structure as well. Okay.
And you've now kicked off phase 2 diamond and RC drilling, or reverse circulation, for those people like me a few months ago who didn't know what that meant. What's the scale of the program for phase 2? What are you targeting with that line of work?
So that's another 6,500 meters. The diamond's testing down plunge and potential extension of the resource. And so far, it's coming back as we expected, and so we're really impressed with the drilling to date. It's a bit more infield drilling as well to prove up that resource. But the diamond and the step out drilling is going to tell us if we can expand as well.
Do you think you're going to be able to?
Well, internally we're quietly confident.
That's the best answer you can give.
The driller is the truth teller, so we'll check when the intercepts come.
Okay, so how will the data from the campaign feed into the next resource upgrade for future scoping studies?
So the completion of the 10,000 meters will tell us everything we need to know on how we can upgrade to indicator, which we expect by the end of the year.
Yep.
It's feeding our current scoping study in progress as the data comes back, and metallurgical testing. So by the end of this year, early January, we'll have potentially an upgraded resource. It'll take us to the next level.
All right. So let's go back to we'll focus on the Monument project. So it sits in the heart of one of Australia's premier gold districts in Laverton, surrounded by operations like Genesis Minerals, 3 million ounce Mount Morgans, and Anglo Gold's Sunrise Dam. How does your ground position and geology compare, and how much upside remains?
Yeah, well, that's the exciting part about that project. There's 20-kilometre banded iron formation, or a BIF strike, that runs straight through a Monument and our resource into the Westralia deposit held by Genesis. So what it's telling us is potentially we have compatible ore. So when we get to that mining stage, there's a mine there to mill 3 million tonnes per annum that's looking for ore. Would be one of the answers.
Yeah, okay. And now let's take it away from Australia and go over to Brazil. So you've got a critical minerals portfolio over in Brazil, rare earths and lithium projects. Why don't you run us through how that aligns strategically?
Yeah, we've been fortunate to have these projects in Brazil acquired a couple of years ago and quietly built in the background. We've recently uncovered high-grade rare earths, over 20 kilometres of strike confirmed through drilling this year. 2,000, 3,000 parts per million, but more importantly, high value magnetics, the the NdPr, the DyTb are 26 to 28%, which is exactly what we want for a well-behaved rare earths deposit.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. And the major milestones investors should be expecting for the next 3 to 6 months?
Well, completion of phase 2, 10,000 meters, will tell us, one, that we can upgrade our resource to indicated, which we should expect by January, if not earlier. The metallurgical testing, feasibility studies, that will inform the mining license application we've already submitted. So by the end of next year, we're expecting to be in a position to have be mine ready.
All right. And finally, the attractive story for investors right now. Sell me this pen.
Yeah.
For Verity Resources.
Well, 8 million market cap with 3 million cash, so 5 million EV with ounces in the ground and a lot of untapped potential at Monument. But then that doesn't even include high grade copper silver with 60% copper, 2,000 grams of silver and intercepts, plus the rare earth. So we think we're in a pretty tidy position for a company that size.
Diversified, yeah.
Yeah.
Diversified portfolio geologically. A fair diversification of assets that you've got there as well, and some news in the pipeline as well.
Exactly right.
Patrick, thank you very much for joining us on smallcaps.com.au. We really look forward to following the Verity story as it goes on. Cheers.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And then you just did this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.